Hey guys, and welcome back to the Schneid's 15 YouTube channel. Today we're going to be showing you guys and talking about chainsaws. So most of my subscribers out there are pretty handy guys like myself, and I just thought I'd make a video. Some of you that aren't the handiest but like to do everything yourself, this is especially for you. Chainsaws. So everybody usually has one around their house. So we have a still for our main saw, but this thing you've seen in some of the past videos is Poulan. My grandpa gave this to me for free. He got it for next to nothing from a garage sale, I think, and it wasn't running right. So this thing runs excellent, and it will run excellent, but sometimes it takes a while to start it, and I couldn't figure it out. So I got thinking, and what's happened, and what happens to a lot of these chainsaws, is the line going down into the fuel tank rots off or cracks, and then you dry air, so then it's a bitch to start. So what we're gonna do is pull this thing apart and see if we can pull that line out of there and see if that's what it is. My theory is that it is, because if the gas tank is full, it starts up and runs amazing for the first couple minutes until it goes down a bit, and then it's terrible to start and stuff won't run. So since this thing was free, it's not a high quality chainsaw, but like I said, since it was free, we're gonna tear this thing apart and replace the fuel line on it, if that's what it is, and get going from there. Alright, so I've already removed these bolts here. Pull off your cover there for your starter there, your pull start. And then for our fuel here, we're going to see if we can get in there. So we'll pull that, get our needle nose in there. Every saw is going to be different, guys. But let's see what we can find. There's our problem. So there we are, cracked fuel line. I'll zoom in on that. Alright, so you can see that is toast, that line there. It's almost broken right there. So that's where our starting issue is coming from, and running issue is because it's sucking air and running lean, and that's why it's hard to tune. So we're gonna have to split these cases. Looks like we're gonna have to pull the handle and stuff, replace this fuel line, and see if it works. Alright, so I just pulled off the air box here. These things are definitely not meant to work on. It's just two bolts. There's definitely are throwaway saws. Like everything else made in this world today, almost. Anyways, we'll pop these linkages apart. Try and be careful and pop them apart. And pull off the carb. And it looks like the lines just slide right down into there. So it's probably where it always leaks from. So we'll tear this off and get to putting a new line on. Alright, so with the carb off, this thing just slides in here. It's just a friction fit, I guess you'd call it, this line, and you just pull on it. So I'll hopefully get it out of here. And it comes through. So there we are. One cracked fuel line removed. This thing is toast. Alright guys, so for my replacement line here, I have some left over from my snowmobile primer bulb. But if you notice, there's this line right here, and this one that goes on your carb for your primer to attach to. And it is the same thickness as this line right here, that I'm going to replace it with. But the line that is cracked and going up there is about half the size. The inside diameter is the same, but the outside diameter is way thicker, and that's why I'm wondering if this stuff cracked. And who knows, they might do this on purpose. You buy another saw, honestly, it would not surprise me. So what we're gonna have to do now, there's a small hole going down here into the tank, but we need a bigger one because the outside diameter is bigger, so we're gonna have to drill that hole a little bit bigger, and I'm just gonna put some gasoline friendly silicone on it when I slide it in, just to be sure it doesn't leak. Alright guys, so I got the hole drilled bigger to accept the stronger fuel line with the bigger outside diameter. It actually fits really tight in there, and I don't think I'm gonna have to even goop it, but I might just do it just in case. So what you want to do now, when you're cutting trees, you're going to be holding this thing to the side like this, right? So you want to be able to get fuel while you're cutting, because you're not going to be holding it the other way that much likely. So anyways, you just want to go to the bottom of the tank, your fuel line, and then your little piece on the end. It's hard to show you in there because it's so dark. I'll try and get some light. There you go. Get it to the far side, because that's where it's going to be, and on the bottom. And there you go, you're done in the tank. And now you can flip the saw over, and we're just going to put the carb back on. It ran fine, so I'm not going to adjust nothing with the carb or pull it apart, because honestly, I'm scared to pull this thing apart, because it's probably just going to lead me to more troubles. I'd usually pull apart a carburetor while I'm in working on something, but in this case we're gonna leave it, put this thing back together, and see how she runs. Alright guys, so I got the fuel line on here, zip tied it, I put the primer bulb on because it holds the fuel lines on your primer bulb, and then I wrapped all of my linkages work here, choke works, this all goes back into place there. But yeah, we just got to throw on our air box now, and we're gonna flip it over, put some gas in it, put our plastics back on, and see if she runs. Alright, so we're back together. Just a few bolts, 2 bolts here, the other side. I'm not being too detailed on this because this is just a pretty generic video for any saw. So yeah, we're put the gas cap back on. I'm gonna go out and get some fuel from outside, fill it up outside there, and prime her up and see if we can get some fuel going to her and see how she runs. Alright, so we're full of fuel now. Just got a primer up here. See if we can get some out of the tank. There we go. Yeah, she's pulling up there. See if she starts and idles now. Before it wasn't even idle. Alright guys, so we're back inside, and as you can see, that thing starts up. Took a bit to start, which is normal for not having any gas in the fuel lines. But yeah, that's how to fix fuel lines on a chainsaw if you're having problems with one idling and working when it's full of gas, and not so well when it's low on gas. It's most likely a cracked fuel line or a cracked primer bulb, something getting air in there somewhere, and it would be a carburetor if it's all the time, most likely. But if it's just some of the time, like fill up your tank and see if it runs good, it's most likely this problem. So anyways, thanks again for watching guys, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Check out my other videos. As always guys, thanks for watching, and please give the channel a like and a subscribe. If my videos interest you, please click on my channel and check out my other videos.